What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Please let me know what you think. I'm going to save my take at the end of the video. Let's get to it.
I don't believe that we do control any of.
Really?
No, I don't. Because I put it to you like this: the women or the woman that just left, she doesn't represent me as a Black woman.
Sure, she does.
No, she doesn't. How does she represent? She has nothing to do with me. I don't know anyone like her.
Excuse me. Because there's something called an ethnic image, and it's what it is. She is a microcosm of everything. If I told you 5'6" and knows martial arts, you wouldn't think an African. You would think Chinese. There's an ethnic image, and the ethnic image of a Black woman is the sapphire. The Nell Carter, the Give Me a Break, the short, fat, sassy, strong, independent. That's the ethnic image. And the part that you say you don't control the media, well, what is Ebony, Essence, Madame Noir, Grapevine, Fox?
Black women don't own any of those things.
Oh, excuse me. But who's running them? Who owns them and who runs them? Who's sitting up?
Okay,
sitting? No. See, what you're going to try to do is play the ownership game. Who is sitting in the chairs on these programs?
It's white executives who make the decision.
It's like kryptonite.
I'm sorry?
Accountability is like kryptonite.
Honey, I have no problem taking accountability for anything that I do. I can speak for myself.
Well, the thing is, we're not just speaking about you, because if you speak about you, you can deflect for anything. I said Black female image, not you.
But you brought up accountability. And I'm not discrediting or taking away anything from what we do and what we perpetuate, but it's also the image that we are shown that we have no control.
No, it's not shown. Okay.
It's programmed.
Sandra Rhimes. Why do we have? She wrote Scandal. A Black woman.
She wrote, but it had to get clear.
Hold on. No. They're going to do whatever makes money. They're going to do what they're going to. And the fact of it, but who they write it for, and who consumed it?
They are the Black.
Who did they write it for, and who consumed it?
But listen to me. Black people, they're not writing for the Black. No, they're writing.
Who did they write? See, this we've already covered it. First off, that over talking me won't work. That won't work here.
Because you're throwing assumptions
at me. That won't work here. That won't work here.
Okay, sir.
That's one thing that won't work. We can try to have a conversation, but you cannot overtalk me. I allow that with no one. You didn't answer my question, and you're going on to another point. That's not okay. I asked you, who is it written for? Sandra Rhimes, Scandal, Love and Hip Hop, all these things. Who are they written for? What audience?
For the Black audience.
Thank you.
Okay. But again, if we are not choosing what goes on the air, because they're not finding all content for Black people, it's a certain type of content for Black people that they want to show and they want to perpetuate. And then we are watching because it's programming, and we are following.
I come from the industry, and I will tell you that I come from the advertising and marketing. So let me tell you, if Black people did not consume that product, they would not put it out there. There's a market for it.
But it's all
No. That's my response. Because see, I come from the sales world, and I also come from the advertising and marketing world. See, the bottom line is this: at 5 years old, is that what you said? 35?
Yeah.
There was a movie called The Hollywood Shuffle, written by, who was it written by? Not Tommy Davidson. The guy that wrote Five Heartbeats, Robert Townsend. And the whole premise of the movie was a bunch of Black stereotypes. He was mocking Blaxploitation films of the 70s. And that's the same argument that Black people made in the 70s. These are all the roles we have as pimps and maids and this and that. The whole premise of that movie was, if that's the only roles that are available, then we don't do them, because there's always work at the post office. Robert Townsend made that movie in 1989, and it stands to this day. If that's all that's written, we don't do the work. But the fact that we're willing to do the work makes us culpable, because there's always work at the post office.
Can I speak now?
Is that true or false?
Yes, that is true. And I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is, if we don't control what the image is that goes out, because we know since the beginning of time that
We
white
do
people
control
have
it because we
image.
take the roles.
There are certain people that are going to want certain things. So you're going to find everybody has a price. So certain people are going to
Not really.
to perpetuate.
Not really. Then why don't you see typical black? Why don't you typically see white A-list celebrity men having to be put in dresses?
Because it's a different standard because they run it.
No, it's because they won't do it.
So you're saying that then white supremacy
I'm
doesn't
saying,
exist?
let me explain something to you. Very simply, as an image consultant, that's what I do for a living. I'm a professional image consultant. Let me say this very clearly to you and to every other woman. How you leave your house is media. If you go from your door to wherever you're going, that is the world of TV. And if you aren't walking out with long fingernails and purple hair and all this other kind of stuff, they could not make it work. And even if they did try to make it work, if they tried to go get Latinas or somebody else and dress them up like black women and make them look like stereotypical black women, back in the 60s, when we didn't dress that way, they couldn't do that shit to us because we came out of our house looking better. That's why the civil rights movement worked, because they could not paint us as criminals and drug dealers. And when we were on the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Black Sunday, you saw church-going people getting abused. That's why middle white America stood up and said, those people look like me. But if they'd have been walking around, dressed around like we look today, nobody would have batted it out.
How do you think we got here today, though? If
because we do
civil
it.
rights movement
It's
worked,
self-accountability.
right
It
now.
is self-accountability. How many of your sisters, how many of your sisters show up to this broadcast right here with bonnets on their head?
Okay, sir, but I didn't.
I didn't say you. See,
wait,
that cannot be the argument. That cannot be the deflection. Every time I
No,
talk
it's
about
not
the group,
deflecting.
you talk
You're
about
deflecting.
you.
Wait, you're deflecting because every time you've sat here and you have said to me, you gave me a list of the things that you've done. You have said to me all of your points, and every time I go to talk, you either cut me off or you say I'm deflecting. What I'm saying to you is every person that you've had on the show does not account for every black woman. I did not.
Did I say it does? What do you think you're doing right now? What do you think you're doing right now?
Sir,
what do you think you're doing right now?
Please allow me.
What do you think you're doing right now?
I'm trying to speak.
What do you think you're doing right? Do you think what do you think this is doing for the image of black women?
What are you? I'm showing you something different. What you're saying?
No, you're really
black
not.
women. Sir, you won't even let me finish my point, though. You're saying we're having a conversation. You gave me your talking points. I allowed you to speak. You said I was over talking you. I shut up and I allowed you to talk. Now I'm trying to say my points to counter what you were saying, and you're not allowing me to talk because you're talking over me. So I'm asking if you can give me the same respect that I just gave you, sir. That would be much appreciated. So back to the point of the imagery, there are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are certain people that are going to go, there are a certain demographic that they shoot for, and they want to keep in that place. Them being white people, white execs who run these stations, who say these are the roles that we have for black people. In order to get to a certain standard as a black man, you have to do A, B, C, and D. Otherwise, because there's a ton of actors who are amazing actors who didn't get anywhere because they wouldn't fall in line. Same with black women, the image of black women. I am not included. I am nothing like that girl. I'm an educated black woman. I was married in my 20s. I have 3 children.
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm showing you that there is something different, is all.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and what you just went on for 2.5 minutes was the very image that black women have been perpetuated for the longest. And I just let it go.
The angry black woman, or the
and
fact
now
that
you just cut me off.
Point.
You just cut me off now. See,
all right. So
I can sit there and hold it.
You're not gonna.
No. You're not. Well, first off, you're not in control of anything. 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 I just went for 2.5 minutes. But see, what I'm just showing is all this masculine, aggressive energy. There's a way to get your point across and still be a lady, feminine.
it's masculine energy because I'm
Well,
standing on
and
my
I will let
point.
the audience decide, ladies and gentlemen. When you saw her going off for 2.5 minutes and this and this and this, is that the image you think that's helping black
Were
women
you paying
change
attention to anything I was saying?
Lady, I went on for two. You see what you're going to do is let me speak, or I'm going to bid you a good evening.
No, well, we can say good night. Good night.
Well, you can say good night. I'm still going to say what I got to say about
Go
you.
ahead.
You just
You-
might
I'm
want to
sure you
be.
will.
No,
Have a
well,
beautiful
well,
night.
About this.
Have
you
a
might, I gave you an
beautiful
opportunity
night, sir.
to say what you want to say, but you're no different than the rest. And that's the point. The educated of them still think that they're better. No, ma'am, you are the problem too. Because all that bullshit that you ran down, the white exec and this and that, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry built a $1 billion film industry, still on tropes about black people. Spike Lee didn't have to play the tropes, he played against the tropes. See, accountability is like kryptonite. And I'm not like these women. Oh, yes, you are. There is no other group of women that identifies with what you just saw other than African American women. Click, 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 and I just let her go. Because see, what she thought she was doing when she was checking me, I'm just sitting there reeling her in. I'm like, I'll let you go. I'll let you keep digging and digging and digging. And when it got right down to it, she ran out of steam because there was all emotion, no logic, no accountability. It ain't our fault. It is our fault. Don't take the roles. Asian people stopped taking the roles of coolies and all that stuff, and they started making their own films or rejecting the films. But the notion that there's always somebody that will do it, it's still our responsibility. This is why men should be in control, because all that emotion gets nothing.
You graduate, you get married, you have your children.
Not everybody gets married. Black women, one out of 4 black women get married. You go to school. Who's in school? Who are the teachers?
Professors. You talking about college bound?
No, I'm talking about you go to school. Elementary, primary, and the majority of teachers are women.
True.
First time you run into men outside of your household, if you have a father, is where?
I mean, other classmates, you see other people, your community, I suppose, is when you run into other men.
At best.
Fair enough.
So who puts the spinning mirror? How about this? Why is it that, do you think that the average woman, the average black woman, her estimation of her S&V sexual marketplace value is in line with other women's estimation of their marketplace value?
No, I don't think it is. I don't believe that.
And you're right, because you take high school girls, black or white, same age, same socioeconomic status, same education level, same parents, same incomes. They've done this study over and over again. And you will have young black girls, same height and general weight and dress size, young white girls. And the white girls feel like they need to work out and exercise, and the black girls feel like they need to go get thick. The difference is, one, because most don't have a father. Men are always the mirror, because we are the ones you get with. But if 8 out of 10 black children, black female children, are raised without a man, there is no male mirror. But the first time you get men are not in church, because men are out of the church for the most part, not in primary school or grade school, because we're no longer teachers. The first time you see men are in junior high, high school, probably in gym or something like that. Most girls start getting interaction with men around teenager college years. But by the time that the image has already been set. Do you know Spelman College here in Atlanta? The dean of the school had to get rid of all college athletics. Why? Because she had to take all that money, because she realized incoming freshmen, women, black women, were coming to school morbidly obese. 18 years old. A man ain't got nothing to do with that. By the time you get to the place where you're on the product selection for men, the damage is done. How many women today are putting weave, extension, all kind of things in their daughter's hair to where it's breaking it out? making it fall apart. Young women aren't being told to be fit or pretty.
Correct. So whose fault is that?
Whose responsibility? The parent that's at home.
Okay, so then you have these women, again, if you're looking at a household, here's my beautiful princess growing up, my beautiful Black princess, and here she is. So I'm leaving home thinking, oh man, I got it made. I'm a beautiful princess. What I'm saying is what we're told growing up. You're beautiful. You look like us, obviously.
Who's telling, okay, what gender, which parent called that woman, a young girl, a princess?
I would say father and mother. Father.
No, father. Fathers call their daughter princesses. But fathers also give their daughters a reality check too. And they also give their daughters love. Man, 8 out of 10. Instead of dealing with the 20% that have fathers, let's deal with the 80% that aren't, that are getting the distorted picture.
Okay.
Are these
and then
young
again,
girls?
it's not fair, but again, who's at fault? And so
What do you mean it's not fair?
I mean, is that I don't know. I had a father in the home. So I'm asking, is that necessarily fair for a woman to have to understand where they rank, giving no direction in the beginning?
Excuse me. Fair?
Fair.
How many people would think it's not fair that you had a father and 8 out of 10 people don't? Fair ain't got shit to do with it.
So what's a better word?
Fair, I mean, because there is no fair when it comes to love and war. The problem is, ma'am, women are going to be ranked because men are ranked. Your father could not have gotten your mother broke, unemployed. True or false?
True.
That's a judgment. So you accept those. And beauty is a judgment as well. You don't think so? Look at men who are rich or wealthy and look at the women they choose after they're rich or wealthy. Inevitably, it's more likely different than the woman they choose before.
So the question I ask you, Kevin, is where does a Black woman go with it's too late now kind of thing? Like it's too late now. Now we weren't getting the.
It's not too late. It's not too late. First off, you start with what Black men have been saying. How old are you?
42.
So I'm 51. You start what Black men have been saying for as long as you've been on the planet and I've been on the planet. Lose the weight.
Fair enough.
Men have been saying that since I was alive, but you're just getting bigger. Men have been saying it, but Black women have gotten progressively larger. So Black women, honestly, by their actions, don't seem to care much about what anybody thinks, let alone Black men, because Black men have been asking to lose the weight, the attitude, and the fake hair.
Yeah.
And Black men have gotten more weight, more attitude, more fake hair. And now we got makeup, nails, and lashes. So excuse me if I can't go down the path of feeling sorry for women being judged by their appearance, because men are judged by our production.
Fair enough.
Do you have sons?
I do. I have one.
All right. So I would assume you love your son and you want the best for him.
Yes.
Then I would assume you would want a woman who values what he wants.
Absolutely.
Do you think the average woman values what men want?
No, I don't think so.
I feel sorry for your son.
I know.
I'm just dead honest, because now, but see, when you came in, you were like, it's not fair, it's this and it's that. But see, it always works when I reframe it to your son, then it takes it out of this gender war thing and it becomes, goddamn, yeah, I'm somebody's son. All these men are somebody's son.
Yeah, it's really sad. You know, it's really, really sad.
Why do you say sad?
Well, because for the woman who has to learn this later, like, oh my gosh, you know.
Who's the victim in all this?
I mean, I would say both parties.
Really?
Yeah. You have the women.
Really?
Yes. Who's teaching them? When I was in college, I never understood why some of my white counterparts they were looking for husbands right out of college. I was like, what are they doing? Why are they concerned about this? The things that they were taught to focus on were money.
They were taught to put men. No, they were taught to value men.
True, and I remember being taught or understood that you always marry for love. If you love, that's just good enough. Nothing else matters.
But that's selfish. See, what you just showed is you still feel sorry for women, and you should feel sorry for men. Why? Because name me the civilization, society, culture, country, landmass where women have ever built a sustainable, thriving economy, society, and an income. A nation is built on its men.
True.
And men can't even get, black men can't even get willing, suitable helpmeets. Go back to your son. So who do you really feel sorry for? You keep going to same gender preference, and that's one of the cancers in the black community.
Yeah.
Black women look at women first and men second.
Yeah.
That's why you're so at odds with everybody else, and you couldn't understand why Becky was going to worry about her husband, because you were told black men ain't shit. Like, give you an example, and I'll run. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump was his personality, everything he was. All right, and then it came out the pee grabbing tape.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton. If Donald Trump were a black man and Hillary Clinton were a black woman, would black women have voted for the black Donald Trump like white women voted for the white Donald Trump?
No.
And therein lies the difference, because white women, feminists, whatever, at the end of the day, realize that they need their men.
Yeah.
So they decided to skip over making the first female president to go for a pee grabbing, philandering, multiple failure, because he's a man. Because you need men to build.
Yeah.
So feel sorry for the men. Thanks,
I
Mom.
do.
All right. Where we go back to, I think she fell off. Yeah, see, we still feel sorry for the women, like, poor victim. Well, I get it, but I'm tired of feeling sorry for the women. Can the men get some time? Y'all had 50 years. All right, so here's the thing. I will say this, that, you know, the anger, whether your mother, father, whomever in your family, I personally don't think that people did anything to maliciously, but the fact still remains, we all are where we are. And if you're getting the outcomes that are negative, not the kind of outcomes you want in your life, you gotta deal with the person in the mirror. And what, if anything, tonight has shown, there's some people who are more willing to listen and some people who are more willing to just say, project. And we all come to it, or we come to it. The purpose of this has always been the same thing, that this is a men's channel. Men, helping men get what they want, and most men want a partner, a woman to cooperate with, to where they can build a family and have legacy. Want somebody that they can trust, that when they put their resources, time, effort, that she's going to actually stay there, be appreciative, love, cherish, all these other things, and not going to end up resenting him, being upset, or just guys got a lot of fear with modern women because of what we have seen for far too many women. This is what they say. It's what men say. It's like, look, you want a perfect man, and even when he's perfect, you still find something wrong. All right, ladies, at the end of the day, if 9 out of 10 men say women aren't happy, and 8 out of 10 women say women aren't happy, that's 85% of each group total. If you're in that group, that's how people are experiencing you, men or women. That's not much difference. Men are experiencing you as being unhappy. Women are experiencing you being unhappy. And if you're honest with yourself and you fall into this group, you know you're unhappy. Don't kill the messenger. Don't get upset with the content. Do what you can do to put yourself on the other side of happy. 2021. As fit as you can get and as pretty as possible. These things matter to men. And it is time women start hearing it from men and other women. All this simplistic talk about you're bashing, you're doing this, you're doing that. You guys, that is not going to work. Men have had to listen to the demonization of male speech for so long. No, men speak like men. And it would do you well to learn how to deal with that if you expect to be with a man. The men that don't speak to you like your men, the ones that tickle your ears, it may be fun to listen to them, even feel good, but those are typically not the men women want to be with. More on that later. We got to get back to this whole ranking thing too. Rankings. I didn't have time to really dig into it tonight, but ladies, if you didn't understand one part from the Clubhouse, one woman said that a woman could put her standards wherever she wants to, granted, but the market decides. You can call yourself a 10, a 9. You can think it all you want to. You can believe on the power of sunshine and fairy tales and rainbows that's it. But if you are a 4 in the eyes of the majority of men, the truth is 4, not 10. I don't see how anybody lives a happy life when most people are thinking you're 4 and you're thinking you're 10. That's too big of a disconnect. Humility, an accurate estimation, gratitude, empathy, self-awareness. These are things we'll be focusing on heavily in 2021. For the people who want to move forward, for the people who want to argue, bicker back and forth, and try to watch a piece of content here and there, and try to say, well, you're doing this. I'm not talking to you. Because if you don't watch enough of my content, you don't get to question what I'm doing. If you really want to know, sit down and watch. Watch the titles. Don't just read. And if you are going to listen to what somebody's telling you about what I said, well, that's your fault. When you can come to the horse's mouth and get it right there without their bias and their context. All right, 2020 is over. It was a good year, a great year. 2021 promises to be even better. It is 1/17. We are officially in 2021. As pretty as possible, as fit as you can get, guarantee you will have a better outcome at life. Gentlemen, get those 60 hours a week minimum that you're working and you're getting paid for all those 60 hours. Yep, increase and improve. You want to be the boss, you got to pay the cost. Beauty costs, man. You want to be able to call the shots, and you need to put yourself in a position for the kind and caliber of woman you want to keep her in spaces to where her feminine can stay there. Again, I'm not trying to talk about 100% of all people all the time. My channel, I'm talking about the top 20, top 10% of men and the top 30 or top 20% of women that want those men. I'm not talking about everybody about most of my videos. When I start talking about high value this or that, it's a segmented conversation. It may have import other places. And that's something else people are going to have to understand. Stop trying to make a consultant a therapist. It's not my job. I'm not getting paid to do therapy. It's a YouTube program hosted by me, and I'm good at what I do. I have the training, the expertise to be confident enough to sit up here and do what I do live. Lastly, you'll notice that most of my detractors make pre-recorded videos. I said it before and I say it again. I challenge them all to get up, live stream, day in, day out, week in, week out, and take calls from the public, the detractors. Men, you need to take calls from men. Women, are you women willing to take calls from men? Because what it seems to me is we want to hear what we want to hear. If I just sat here and let men talk, it would be an echo chamber. I already have heard what men think for the last 3-4 years. Now the communication's being given to the other side. 2021 promises to be interesting. 2021 promises to be interesting. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'm grabbing me something to eat. It's been cool, but I am out of here. Until the next time. You know how this goes. Oh, peace. We are, oh, well, don't say it just yet. You know how it goes. Gone.
This video was actually pretty telling. So the very first woman, she's calling in and she's talking to Kevin regarding the issues, but the problem was not wanting to concede points. Everything he said, all she did was turn around and turn it back to her. He never once took it to her. He was speaking in general, and that's one of the bigger issues that we have nowadays. Is a lot of women, whenever there's a point to be made, whenever somebody can come with facts, women come with feelings. Or you get this type of demeanor, this type of behavior, and you think it's fine, but there's nothing good about this. All she did was perpetuate the very same stereotype that she said she wasn't. And all Kevin did was stay quiet and let her reveal that. And even after revealing it, she still didn't want to yield and was still more argumentative, more combative. So this is, again, another telltale sign as far as why we have to, Black women in particular need to do better, especially when it comes to their whole emotional ties. Everything that they say, it always comes back to emotion. And she never said anything of real value. The other woman, it was pretty much the same thing. She was nowhere near as combative, but even still, there was no accountability with her statements either. And this seems like this is just a really big problem with Black women. Just the lack of accountability. It's never your fault. It's usually somebody else's fault. It's because of this and it's because of that. When the biggest thing is just taking accountability to anything that you've done, or just period. Even if you don't know the facts, it wouldn't really hurt to be educated on that. And if you don't know what you're talking about, you can simply just say you don't know instead of still trying to argue. Anyways, let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below.